Hello and welcome to Gladstone High School. We are here for the Over 40s Division I Championship. You are listening to Oregon Sports Beat. I'm Ben Pahl. Next to me is Jimmy Clarke. We got a great day for this one, Jimmy, and it should be a battle.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, and it's great to be out here and see these two, teams come together and be in the championship. Both teams like rivalry teams because they played each other many times, and lowbrows come out on top many of the time. So it'll be good to see a good battle here because you know that they're going to want to come back and beat.
Talking to coach slash available sub Russ Zaka, and he was telling us that they've been in the championship quite a bit and they've won a couple of them, but they have not beaten lowbrow in the championship, have Sunlight, and so they are very motivated to get that fall and they also said they win a lot of the championships in the spring but not very often in the fall, so they're extremely motivated for this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think the key thing at this level, as your body gets a little older and you get a little weaker, but the reality is touch. Touch is going to be really important today. Can they control the ball, get it down quickly, and then the next part of that is, passing and movement. So that's, if they can do that, and where you'll get the greatest strength out of it is your speed, right? How at this level can you get beyond get around the back and get beyond players as quickly? That's going to be the key thing for today.
Brett Fisher wasn't quite on the same page with former Jamaican pro Anthony Bowen right there, but right away that gives us a couple of players to highlight. We're talking to Ryan Johnson before the game. He was telling us some players to watch. We got action already. This one pinned down in the corner. It was out of my view momentarily. I'm going to have to stand up more. There's a good little combination. And they eventually got it out to Rod Dichenko. And Dichenko, one of the players highlighted by Russ Zaka, Dichenko played for DC United of the MLS, where he was drafted. A couple of former pros on this team for Sunlight. As I just mentioned, Dichenko played for DC United. Pasha Ivanov, the left wing, played in the Ukrainian Premier League for many years. On the ball, there's a good poke and an early strike. Pretty good turn right there from Mabadi Koita.
Yeah, you're already seeing that a lot of space is going to be created simply because you just don't have the energy or your bodies because you want to survive through the whole game, right? So you're going to see a lot of players just play off of players, so they're going to get space, and so it's really about what they can do with the quality of the ball once they have been given that space.
And a foul is going to be called on, I think that's Fisher. It is. No, pardon me, he drew the foul. Fisher drew the foul for lowbrow, and they start quickly here. Jimmy, you're talking about spacing, and right now I think that's what lowbrow is trying to do.
Yeah, they've got to create space. I mean, and quite frankly, the other team or each team, it's going to be hard because you got to be fit to be able to keep pressure on a team. So you're going to see a lot of space today, and the key thing is what do you do when you've been given that space?
Nice piece of skill, and it springs Dichenko, the former pro, gets it down. Mamadi brings it down. That's pretty good recovery defending. Mamadi trying to create himself here. He's just surrounded. Had to go on frame there and forced a not routine save, but did force a save nonetheless, and they're going to get a corner out of that one. That was Pasha Ivanov, the former Ukrainian pro.
Yeah, so Mabadiko, what he should have done was when that ball was laid in through him, he had the space. He should have just hit it really early. Even though he got a nice, he kept control and knocked it out, he could have had a little bit clearer shot at goal.
So Ivanov does draw a corner. Going to be calling his name a lot today. It's a low-end corner. Oh, not a good clearance, but a bit of a whiff. Quality wasn't quite there on the, could have had an attempt there. And they're going to spring Bowen.
That was a great ball, great touch, and that's what you're looking for at this level is your touch has to be spot on because that's where the advantage will come.
There's a low ball in. This is Segundo. And there's going to be a lot of talk from Sunlight, Jimmy, that you and I have no idea what's going on. Speaking, I believe it's Russian. Be a combination of English, Spanish, and Russian I've heard out there today on the pitch. Segundo's going to take this one up. Segundo to Day. Brad Day, one of the highlighted players. They're going to spring Brett. Fisher. Fisher towards the corner, able to break loose immediately. That's a good tackle from Tony Yurichko. It's a good hard tackle by number 6, Yurichko, in the corner, but fire's not quite out yet.
Yeah, each team's got to really put some pressure on them to get some space. Once they get it, they've got to get lots of shots off. You've got to test the keeper as early as you can. You've got to figure out what you're working with, where your opportunities will come.
That was a pretty good turn, and I think they're going to... So did they give a... I'm a little confused, Jimmy. I thought that if he went down, it was in the box, but they're giving him a free kick outside the box?
Yeah, it looks that way. So he must have been just outside, moving his way into the box.
Okay. They're saying there was a push from behind. It's going to give Lowbrow a bit of an opportunity here. 5 minutes gone in this match. Want to highlight Victor Wozniak. Saw him in warm-ups, tall keeper for Sunlight. Gonna have to play a big role today. From just outside the 18, it's a good ball in. Header goes across, or pardon me, the ball goes across the face of goal. Nobody could get a solid head on it. And I think that's the type of opportunity that you want to create. You're looking for your best striker, Anthony Bowen, right there, former Jamaican pro. That's the type of play you want.
Yeah, and you know, they were looking for him, and he obviously, the defender did really well just to get a flick on and make it a little bit difficult for him to get a clean header.
Brad Day to launch this one, see if he's got a long throw. He does have a pretty long throw, headed over the bar by number 6, Tony Yurichko. But it's going to be a corner for Lowbrow, who's, after giving up a couple of early chances, has seemed to put the pressure on Sunlight a little. I mean, pardon me, on Sunlight a little bit here. 6 minutes gone in the game, and you feel like they're definitely. There's a little bit of rhythm in this one. Yeah,
there's been a lot of chances on both ends, right? So you can tell that it's a pretty equal team. It comes down to really you're either going to see a mistake being made and you get a nice little tap in, or you're going to be able to see some quick breaks and then going through the goal.
They're going to try to work out of the back, but they're going to be turned over. Possession here to Lowbrow's got to be careful, even though they are in the offensive end of the field. In the midfield area, you don't want to have giveaways there, especially with guys up front, such as Ivanov for Sunlight. Guys like Ivanov and Koita, Dachenko. Dachenko will give chase here. Pressure on the side has done well to create space. They're going to get it to Brett Fisher, who's taken down. They're going to play advantage, I think, and now they are going to bring this one back.
Yeah, he took him out pretty hard from back there, but again, good space being created there by Lowbrow.
And I think that's kind of what Lowbrow is going to want to create. I think they've done a good job spacing out, looking for the extra pass. They're not trying to take everyone on one-on-one. You can tell these guys are comfortable. They've been playing with each other a while.
Yeah, they're looking to play into feet, which is a key thing at this level. You want to be able to keep possession of it, tire the other team out, and then get the fast breaks in.
Koita's going to try to take one on, being pinned down in the corner. Pretty good defending. Koita does get away. He's going to generate a chance here. Can he get a cross in? He does, across the face of goal, and that is a fantastic save.
Keeper did really well there. It's actually good movement there from Sunlight. They actually moved it around really nicely.
That's
and
Eric.
great run down the line there. and a good ball back. And he just, just redirected it. It wasn't like a good strike. It was just redirection, and the keeper did well to get there.
So, yeah, as you said, redirection. Sometimes, as someone who played keeper, it can be those when you have to redirect your body momentum. Those are tough ones. And so he did just enough to get. I wasn't sure if he was going to get a strong enough hand to that one, but he was able to and keep it out, keep this one scoreless for right now. Great save by Eric. Fisher's trying to say, hey, I got space if you're able to get this one to me. I think he's calling for this.
You got to get the ball down, settle it down quickly, so then that way they can get their options open.
So it's Eric Kronberg in goal for Lowbrow FC.
So you can see Lowbrow right now doing really good. They got more of the possession. They're looking to play a little bit more where Sunlight's trying to play the ball over the top. But, Lowbrow's having a little bit of a challenge in that final third of putting good quality passes in to get a good opportunity to score. So they've just got to settle down a little bit more. They've got to play off Anthony. They've got to look for him into feet and then play off of him. And then that's where they'll get some of their good shots off.
So we've played 10 minutes in this one. You're talking a little bit about the dynamics, what teams are trying to do, but overall, Jimmy, I think you got to say that, sometimes you spend the first few minutes feeling each other out, and they have, but I think there have been some opportunities generated that can make either side nervous.
Yeah, again, what you can see already is that, Sunlight, they're looking to be a little bit more aggressive, playing balls over the top, trying to get they're obviously looking for their speed. And try and play off of that.
Can Mamadi bring this one down? He gets it into the center, and that's a miss-hit, unfortunately, from Sergei Komanichi. Just couldn't get a solid enough touch on it, but it was a good cross from Mamadi.
Yeah, and so what you're seeing is like Sunlight's trying to play over the top, and then you got Lowbrow trying to play a little bit more of the Tico style, where you're just, one touch, passing it, and trying to bring it up as a team, which is both strategies are good. It's just a matter of then, who can take advantage and create more opportunities to shoot.
This could be dangerous if they could get numbers forward. They're going to cross in. Going to go to Brett Fisher. Going to try to settle that one down. That was pretty good defending. Fisher's still on the ball. Cross into the area. Bowen's going to try and track this one down, but ultimately didn't go plan an attacking opportunity for it. And I feel like Sunlight got away with one there, not having numbers back. I'm not sure if they were trying to do an offsides trap or if they just didn't anticipate the field flipping that quick.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to that final pass of quality. And for Lowbrow, he's just off a little bit. If they could just settle the ball a little bit more and put more quality in their pass, I think they'll start to create more and better chances at goal.
So Mamadi is going to draw a foul, and standing over this kick, Pasha Ivanov, and the former pro gets it into Mamadi Koita. Koita turns it back, gets it back to Ivanov. Ivanov, the lefty, going to send one in, it's deflected. I think this is where Lowbrow will attempt a break over the head of Bowen, but it's going to fall to Pete Jacobs. Jacobs just mishandled that one, puts his hand up, says, my bad.
Yeah, Jacobs has had a lot of opportunities. He's just got to get his body in the ball. He's got to get it down quicker. You can just tell he's had lots of opportunities and not been able to take advantage of them.
Back line, going to be a no-touch dribble strategy, going to play this one back to Kronberg, the keeper. Eric Kronberg, dangerous pass, does get it back out. Looking for Jacobs on the sideline. They're going to get it to Fisher. Fisher's touch a little too heavy, and he commits the foul. Drawing it was Jake Barr, center mid, who was highlighted by Russ Zaka. Sergei is going to drop this one to a right back. Plays this one back to Barr. The central midfielder is going to have a go from way far out, and Barr, it's not a bad effort.
Yeah, it's good, but it was actually nice to see Sunlight start to look to play, settle the game a little bit. So you're right, we're 10 minutes into the game. Players are now starting to find their rhythm.
This is a bad giveaway right here. Mamadi Koita and the header near the line. It's a big moment early in the game there, because Koita got a strong foot to that.
Yeah, they've had better opportunities, that's for sure, for Sunlight. They're, even though they're not been able to put it in the back of the net yet, but they've had better chances.
Dashkov was on the ball momentarily for Sunlight. 1-2 play, and Dachenko goes down. Dachenko wins a free kick. Jacobs the guilty party there. He doesn't like the call. Dachenko, unfortunately, looks like he's in a bit of discomfort. Nothing malicious there, just guy going for the ball, happened to clip him, but how it goes, guys are going for the ball. And Dachenko's been all over the place. Obviously, he's going to create a lot of opportunities. He's going to be a headache for Lowbrow, the man who played professionally in the Ukrainian Premier League. And we've seen him send quite a few crosses in. It's going to be him and Koita over the ball here, and I think he is going to give this kick to Koita. We have a couple of substitutions checking in. Sergei Barmanachuk, 33, along with Andy Kosh. So Kosh and Sergei will be checking in. He will be replacing Sergei Freusenyuk. Koita. That's an inviting ball in towards the back post, and Eric Kronberg makes a very good read to goal. Got to come out aggressively, and he did just that. They said he's unmatched in goal, and so far he's lived up to that reputation. Yeah,
I mean, and that was a danger. I mean, it was a good ball because it was dangerous. It was a little floater. Challenges, they just didn't have enough players going in for it. On set plays like that, you've got to be very organized.
And I think we're going to have a substitution for Lowbrow as well. Trying to see if we can. He might be checking in. It's going to be Christian Stav. Christian Stav, number 17, momentarily will be checking in. And Koita is going to come out right now. He's been everywhere. He's played well. He's going to get a rest. Gets high fives on the bench. This is going to be an in-swinging corner, so that's going to be always more nervous as a keeper. Left-footed in-swinger, and he punches this one out, gets a strong hand to it. Danger's not quite clear yet, and I think that's going to be a pretty simple save. And he's looking to play fast as Kronberg. Bit of a mishit on the punt, going to give possession back to Sunlight. And I would say, Jimmy, Lowbrow, they have bent, they haven't broken. That being said, I would say that Sunlight right now has to be pretty happy with how they've kind of been on the front foot in the last 5 or so minutes.
Well, Sunlight's had a lot better opportunities, but both teams had chances, but the better chances have definitely come from Sunlight. They just got to put them in the back of the net and just keep creating more opportunities.
Tony Yurichko did well to win it out there, but it's going to end up in the hands of Kronberg. Fisher, can he use his body? It's going to fall to Yurichko. Tony Yurichko, 1-2. Can they get it to Rod Dachenko? They can get it to Dachenko. Gets it back to Yurichko. We have one player down tying his shoe. That's a really nice piece of skill from Ivanov. Ivanov off the post. Oh, it was brilliant. Just didn't have his luck with him.
Yeah, it was a good touch, good turn, and that was probably their best chance there. It was a good quality shot in there.
And that was actually Dachenko. That was not even Pasha Ivanov. That was Rod Dachenko who had the chance there. And Fisher draws the foul, much to the chagrin of Sunlight. I like the intensity in this match. It's a big rivalry. It's a championship game. And we know that we're going to see some frustration, some emotion. That's how it should be. Yurichko steps up, does well, doesn't come away with it, but his team will eventually retain possession. Tony Yurichko, number 6 in the middle. He's played well so far as a central defending midfielder, I guess you could say. We're going to have more substitutes. Checking in, Douglas Pham will come on for Lowbrow. Douglas Pham will come on in addition. Unfortunately, I don't know if we know who else is checking in. Hopefully we can find that out. But Douglas Pham will come on along with another substitute for Lowbrow. Pete Jacobs is going to come out for now. Also coming off for Lowbrow, number 21, John Stupid. So we played 20 minutes, and it feels like we don't have any goals yet, but this has been a fun one to watch. There's a turnover in the midfield, could spring Lowbrow. Man still down, it springs Bowen. Bowen chips the keeper, and Bowen scores the opening goal.
There's your first quality chance, quality pass, and guess what? They get a goal. So it does come down to just that final third pass with quality, and that's really what you're looking for. And obviously they're able to take advantage of that. What a good finish.
And Sunlight not too pleased with that result. We had a player go down in a little bit of discomfort, thought he was fouled.
Yeah, they were very flat-footed at the back. So, you know, when you're playing a 4 at the back there, you know, you've got to have a defender. Once you see the ball going towards it, the other defender's got to come back and cover. And unfortunately, they just stayed flat, which gave Bowen the opportunity to get behind him very easily. And it was a good pass and a great finish.
So Jake Barr thought he was fouled, stood down, and I think that Sunlight was half hoping a foul was going to be called. Obviously it was not, and as you said, they caught him flat-footed in the back, and once Bowen got through, he did a great job to hold his run to not get caught in the offsides trap. And once he gets one-on-one with the keeper, former pro is not going to miss those chances very often, and he finishes with a really good touch. It was the right move, chipped him. And so Bowen, heard before the game, all about Jamaican Pro. And he gets him on the score sheet. And as you said, it had kind of been against the run of play a little bit, but that's sometimes all you need.
Yeah. You know, the good thing with this game, I don't think it's over. I think you're going to see Sunlight pick up as well. They've had, like I said, they've had more quality chances than Lowbrow. So they definitely have an opportunity to get back in the game. They just got to stay confident, and they've got to keep playing and keep taking advantage of or they got to get the opportunities to take advantage of.
Checking in will be player coach 22 Russ Zaka, who we had the pleasure of talking with before the game. Zaka will be coming on along with Luis Castro Quintanilla. So Castro Quintanilla will be replacing 16 Sergei Komanichi, the right wing. So I expect Castro Quintanilla to step into a similar role as Komanichi, who we just came in for. Now, I think this is going to be critical, Jimmy. The couple minutes after you concede, or after you score it, you're most vulnerable in the next couple minutes after you concede a goal. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Lowbrow kind of tries to play around these next few minutes.
Yeah, and then on the flip side, Sunlight's got to put the pressure on them as quick as they can and get their opportunity.
Take somebody. Get there, Jorge. Go, get there.
A lot of strong communication from the sidelines, picked up by our crowd microphones.
Beat him.
Finds a man in the back. It's going to be a one-on-one, and now he's going to try to get into Bowen. Miss hit from Fisher. Fisher brings this one down. And that's going to be a very routine save for Wozniak. It's a good boot upfield. Looking for Barr.
And he did well to get the second ball. That's a great pass.
Rod,
good shot.
Chuck couldn't quite find it. Would have been a tough angle for the former pro. Dichenko, DC United.
Get it up now! Get it up!
Dichenko brings it down, attempts a turn, and they are going to give a foul here. So Dichenko has won a couple of free kicks now in attacking situations.
It's a little bit of a dive, if you ask me. Didn't look like.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Nah, it didn't look like a good tackle, but a strong tackle. I think he just took advantage of the position of the play.
I would have to agree there. We're going to have Jake Barr, the lefty, I believe, standing over this. They're going to have a right-footed Quintanilla in the mix as well, so we're not going to know. I would imagine from this side you prefer the lefty to strike it. Jake Barr, center midfielder, highlighted before the game by Russ Zaka, who's now in there as well. So it's either going to be Quintanilla or Jake Barr, and it'll be the lefty Barr. It's a very good hit, and it's a good save. He had it covered, did Eric Kronberg.
Yeah, if you're going to do those kinds of shots, you've got to put a lot of pace on it because it gives, especially how far out, 22 yards out. So it gives the keeper a good opportunity if it's not a strong shot to get across and make the save.
Worked smart, not hard as a keeper, and he used his ground there very well. Had that one covered, easily able to get to the post, as he said. Not quite enough pace on it. Barr has a little bit of space. Barr tries to send one in. Deflection taken. They're going to get this one out to Fisher. Fisher in a little nifty move. Gets it down to Bowen. Bowen with a good turn. He's the goal scorer in this one. Now Sunlight going to try to play out through the back. Scott Wood on the ball. Kind of the sweeper type player, it appears, for Sunlight. He hasn't pushed up a whole lot. Wood hasn't. Here is Zaka on the ball. Zaka plays this one towards the corner to Barr. Here's Ivanov on the ball. Ivanov looking to drop. He will. Ivanov trying to get in towards Barr and Dichenko. Dichenko gets it to his feet. Can he make something happen? Quintanilla now. And they're going to want to throw. So what do you like or not like, Jimmy, and what you're seeing with the passing from Sunlight in the attacking third? Do you think it's clean enough?
I think, I actually think it's not bad. I mean, they're playing a little bit over the top and looking for speed, which is a good tactic because they've got some pace up there. But they got to make part a little bit more quality in their pass. They've got to hold it up as much as they can, and then look for simple, easy passes into the final third. And I think they'll get a little bit more success.
Coach Ryan Johnson, or player, I should say player slash coach in this game, Ryan Johnson, orders to his team on the sideline. Good to see the communication going to be critical in a game like this.
Yeah. I mean, the one player, Jake Barr, in the middle there for Sunlight, he's going to be a key ingredient for them to create more.
Bowen gets it with Wood one-on-one. Wood able to recover, but then they try to get it out to Fisher. Pace wasn't quite there on the pass. Strong taken. Now here's Wood pushing up a little bit. Can he get it to the feet of Dichenko or Ivanov? It's a good tackle.
Get there! Come on! At least step to it! Just step to it, bro! Just step!
That's a turnover.
You're going to see the challenge with players like Jake Barr. They'll get frustrated a little bit, especially if the ball gets bypassed him, because quite frankly, he's their playmaker, and they've got to look to him in that midfield and play off of him because he's the one who's providing much more quality in his passing.
He certainly has kind of been the lifeline through which they're trying to play, and he's a very good player. And as you said, the playmaker, they're going to need to get the ball to his feet. He's going to need to create. They're down 1-0, and it's almost 29 minutes gone in this one.
Yeah.
Very entertaining championship match so far in this rivalry.
Yeah, you always got to look for your players that have the quality, that has the touch, that are able to create things. And unfortunately, when you get into this, you've got inexperienced players that, you know, they want to kick it up there or boot it up to the front or try and get it over the top. And reality is if you play, you create and you come up more as a unit versus, you know, you're stretching your team. So Jake's the key for that.
Long ball. Here's Barr playing back a little now, and as you said, Barr likes to create. He's sprung Ivanov. Ivanov trying to take line. That's pretty good defending. I don't think he has the angle. It was cut off, and it's out for a goal kick.
Yeah, just took it too fast. When you get to this age, the body doesn't move as quick as your mind. And he was thinking, I'll be able to get beyond him. And unfortunately, his body said, you ain't going all the way.
It's a good creation there from Barr to find man who was open behind with a little behind the head kick. And that's the thing with Sunlight is they've actually been on the front foot more, but they find themselves behind. If you're lowbrow, how much are you going to push up to try to get a second?
Well, I think at this stage, you've got to come up as a unit. So this is where you don't want to kick the ball over the top and stretch the team out, because that's where you'll gain, you'll start, you know, if you're not fit enough, you'll start to make more mistakes. So they've just got to play the ball. They've got to work hard to get open and try and pass their way up as a unit into the front third, and then obviously defend. You got to defend like a rock, right? Because you don't want to give them any chance to get back in the game.
Going to be a left-footed corner from Lowbrow. Bowen standing in the middle. Took a deflection there. Here's a chance for a ball in. It was a low one, takes a deflection, but they're able to get it clear momentarily, but it will fall to the back line of Lowbrow FC. And I think that's offsides. We'll see once it's touched up, and yes, the flag does come up. Looks like Mamadi Koita set to check back in, and I think that could be a big substitution. He's there, you know, he's got a lot of strength up front. He was getting some opportunities. I think him and Barr, if they can connect, that's going to be the key right now.
Well, it's a good combination, that's for sure. You know, but he's got to, Maneko, he's got to take shots. If he's not going to take shots, like you've seen, he's got good skills, and he likes to play it off. He's got to be more aggressive.
Coming in down a goal, we'll see if his mindset changes at all. I like what I'm seeing from Sunlight in the back. They're trying to play through the back a little bit. They're not trying to force too much early on. They're building up a little. There's a ball forward. That's a pretty good combination. Rod Dachenko on the ball. Dachenko finds Quintanilla. Quintanilla, can he finish now?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Again, this comes down to when you get to this age, you got it. He took too many touches, right? He took 3 touches there. He should have had 1 touch and then a shot. But yeah, your body just doesn't move at the same pace, which made that difficult to get that shot off on target.
Certainly, you could hear a little bit of frustration. They thought that they had a goal there. And to be quite honest, Jimmy, they easily could have.
Yeah, easily could have.
It was a very good build-up from Ivanov and Dachenko. Out of the back, found Quintanilla with a lot of space, and Lowbrow very fortunate that one's not in the back of the net. Here's Ivanov. Ivanov looking for Dachenko. It's behind Dachenko. Now Lowbrow's going to be back in possession, looking to spring their goal scorer, Bowen. Bowen, he's so strong using his body, and he's able to keep that play alive. Foul's going to be called here on Scott Wood.
Yeah, he was holding his arm and holding his shirt, so it was a foul, but the referee did the right thing and tried to play advantage until they lost it, and then obviously gave him the free kick, which was deserved.
And Bowen seems like a very tough man to guard. Got a lot of strength, got speed. And so you're going to see some frustration. Guys attempting to guard him, especially before the attacking third when he's trying to create and maybe make a spring for a run. And Walzenuk. Mamadi makes the turn. Here's Dichenko. The former DC United player looks to spring Koita. Mamadi Koita on his left. Can he use his left? And I think that's where you got to try and use your off foot right there.
Yep.
Gonna have another substitution for Lowbrow. This is going to be Trevor Tharp coming on. Play was stopped for the substitution, so Trevor Tharp coming on. And Tharp replaces 17, Christian Stoff. So Tharp in for Stoff. 35 minutes gone in the first half. It's 1-0 Lowbrow. Although Sunlight has generated more opportunities. You know the metric they use now, expected goals. I'm sure you've seen that. I would say Sunlight would probably have the edge if that mattered for anything.
Yeah, I mean, they are getting more opportunities. They are got more play with it in these especially these last 10 minutes. But again, it doesn't mean anything unless you put the ball in the back of the net.
I'm trying to locate the ball, Jimmy, and that's because it had gone way out of play and had to be retrieved. Now, if you're Sunlight, Jimmy, I would say, you've been running through guys like Radichenko, Ivanov. I'd say getting Ivanov even more involved could be crucial to getting more space for guys like Barr and Mamadi.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get players that can handle the ball, you want to give them the ball as much as you can. So, and that's where you create the advantage.
Quintanilla to Dichenko. Radichenko with the ball in, and that's just really, really solid defending back there.
Well, I will say the one thing that's been the advantage for Lowbrow is their positioning.
And we're going to have another one. Oh, the keeper needs to come out earlier there. That's for sure. What did you see in that, Jimmy?
Yeah, well, it was offside. It was offside.
Oh, offside. I thought they called a foul on Doan. Offsides. That makes more sense.
Yeah, it was an offside. His run was a little early, and he got beyond the defenders as the ball was played. So, yeah, it was the right call.
We'll say it's a nervy take from the keeper there. I think he got a full come out. He seemed like he hadn't made his mind up. I want those in-betweeners. The score remains 1-0.
Very good, Adam. James. Step to it.
Kind of pinned down. Where does he play this? He's going to play it back to his keeper. Walzenuk gets it out wide. Now here's Scott Wood on the ball. Scott Wood a little bit of space towards the center, but not on the same page with Koita that time. Back to Kronberg. That's a nervy take. Does get it away, but only as far as a player for Sunlight, and that's not a great effort. Pretty nice turn.
Well, you can see now, as this game goes on, the advantage. You've got Sunlight playing 4-4-2, and you've got a 4-5-1 on Lowbrow. And you can see where the advantage is coming because the positioning of Lowbrow, you see that they're picking up these lack of low-quality passes. They're in the right place to take advantage of them and intercept them and move forward. So you can tell the difference in formation is playing a role here today as well.
Corner is going to be from, so it's not going to be an in-swinger, it's going to be Ivanov, the lefty. Going to try to curl this one in for a header, I'd imagine. That's exactly what they're going for. Back post, cross the frame of goal. It was actually a really good ball in, just nobody was there. Here's a strike, and it's just going to go wide. A lot of substitutions early on. I think, especially as you're saying at this age, you're going to want to make use of that.
Yeah, you want to rotate often, just so you can keep the pace going. Otherwise, again, you got players on there that will just get tired, and that's where the mistakes were made. Because your body doesn't move the same manner as it did when you were 20.
So we're 39 minutes gone. It's 1-0 Lowbrow. Anthony Bowen took care of his opportunity one-on-one with the keeper, and that's the difference right now. Now, do you expect to see any major changes in formation or style of play in the second half from Sunlight being down a goal?
No, I think they'll keep playing. I mean, because look, they've created a lot of opportunities. They just haven't, hit the target and or given the goalkeeper a lot of challenges. So I think if I was them, I would just keep playing and I would just keep looking for opportunities and take advantage of them when we get them.
Almost had one there, but the fire is going to end up as a throw.
Don't let him go in the field. What are you doing?
Throw in. There's a good shield. Opportunity generated. Bounces around. And that's another one that Sunlight will be pleased to. You got to be pleased with what you're getting around the face of goal.
Yeah, but again, Lowbrow's, their positioning has been really good.
Ivanov generates a chance. Tichenko, just couldn't bring it down quite in time. Tichenko, former pro on the ball. Seems like the opportunity is mostly gone, unless Quintanilla can slide in. It's going to be a corner kick. That is what was initially signaled. And I think the referees are going to have a brief meeting on this one. And I think this call is going to stand. It will.
It will be a corner.
Kronberg not happy with that.
It's a good opportunity with 4 minutes to go. It'd be nice.
Gonna bring up Scott Wood from the back. They're sending numbers forward here. Our Sunlight FC. What we got here, Jimmy?
The referee must have changed his mind or something. That's an interesting call. I don't know. He must have seen a foul.
Russ Zaka on the ball. Yeah, that's a turnover. Bowen's going to try to create something.
Yeah, this is where I would just try and keep possession. Don't go crazy. Just wait for the opportunity to rise, but keep the ball.
They're going to look for Bowen. That's a great ball. First touch let him down a little bit there. Would have been a tough one to bring down.
Yeah, that's where he's got to hold it. That's as a big man, that's where you got to just bring it down, hold it, and then look for your midfield plays to come through. A little bit of a waste of a chance, that.
Saka trying to bring it from the back. Finds Andrei Dashkov out wide. Dashkov gets it into Ivanov. Ivanov back to Russ Zaka. Zaka switches the field. Scott Wood going to bring this up. Ivanov made his run across the field. This is where I think you got to try to find Tichenko or Mahdi Koita. That's not what Sunlight was looking for. Just don't want to make any mistakes before halftime. Want to go in with that 1-0 lead. Koita chips one up, and that's going to go to no man's land.
Yeah, this is, again, you're getting to a point where you're forcing it, and that's going to get frustrating for Sunlight, especially players like Barr in the midfield there, because he wants to get it. He wants to create things, and he's probably the one with the most quality to be sure the pass, is to the right player.
Rush Zaka putting that one into the air. That's a foul. We've played 44 minutes. Bowen's goal still the difference. Sunlight's been the team that's generated more opportunities, but Lowbrow has the edge on the scoreboard, and Bowen will get a rest, I imagine, just before halftime. I don't think he'll sit a whole lot in this game. We'll see.
Great ball, Jorge.
Perhaps time for one more build-up, and that's going to be a foul in the back. And Tony Richko thinks that could have been a card. Did seem like a bit of a tactical foul right there. What do you think about that one, Jimmy? I think it's probably good to keep the card in the pocket there. I don't think that warrants.
No, you could just tell he was sprinting and he's lost control of his body a little bit. It was a foul for sure. I don't think it was a negligible foul.
Goal kick could take this half to a close. Kronberg not in any sort of hurry here. So we've talked a lot, Jimmy, about Sunlight's approach and what they could be frustrated with, what they can try and build on, but for Lowbrow, teams ahead right now, what is your message going into the second half? Because you can't just sit back and expect to fend off so many chances for 45 more minutes against this team.
No, like I said, they've just got to keep trying to take advantage of the chances they're creating. I mean, but they've got to play. See right here, they're creating such a distance. You do not want to do that where you're just playing the ball over the top, where the defenders are, where the forwarders are. They're just creating so much space, and it's really hard, and you'll tire out. So they've got to squeeze the game in a little bit more, control the ball, continue to be in the right places, which they are, and then take advantage of a quality pass in that final third, and they'll get another one.
Stoppage time of this first half. I don't know how he kept his feet there, but he did, and it's going to get to the keeper. Sunlight. 2 minutes into extra time of this first half.
Get somebody, Pete!
Sunlight trying the last gasp here in the first half. That is behind Dichenko. Defender got the better of him there. It's a good tackle from Barr. And Wood digs it out. Barr's doing a little everything in this first half. He's been, I'd say, their most quality player for Sunlight. Mabadi gets it out wide. Here is Ivanov. Pasha Ivanov sends one in. Jorge heads that one away. He's been really good in the back line as Jorge. That is...
It's a good opportunity here. I mean, if I was them, I would just put everybody up, keep one or two players back, which looks like that's what they're going to do.
Mabadi had his back turned towards goal there. Do you think that was legit foul or a bit of a dive?
No, he got pushed. He got pushed.
And so it's going to generate a really nice opportunity here, which could be the final kick of the first half. I would imagine it would be the right footer Mamadi here. Barr also standing in. Will be Jake Barr over the bar.
Not a bad chance. It is halftime.
So that will do it for the first half in this over 40s Division I championship match. 1-0 lowbrow lounge, somewhat against what, I don't want to say the run of play, but against who's had more opportunities generated. But I think this is going to be a good time for both teams to kind of collect themselves a little bit. But if you're Sunlight, you want to take this opportunity to get a little bit of rest and come out really on the front foot in the second half.
Well, they're going to have to want to push it a little bit more, but again, they're going to come up more as a unit versus these long balls over the top. Again, that's what gets them tired, and that's what breaks them. Both teams had started to do that as the game went on longer, because obviously you get tired, you don't have the same fitness level that you once had. So that's the easiest thing, is to get it down and get it over the top. And the reality is, if they can control it and they can pass it and they can move up as a unit, they'll create better chances than they would with just the long ball over the top. Not to say that's a bad thing, because when you got good pace up front, like both teams do, you could create something. But the reality is you're going to get more consistency by using it as a unit. But you're right. Right now they need to just take a break, get a rest, and get ready for the second half.
I think there's a lot they're going to be looking at there. You see Lowbrow certainly using this opportunity for a tactical meeting, knowing what they're up against. I think you got to try and keep guys like Barn always know where Dichenko and Mamadi Koita are at. But we have played a half here at Gladstone High School, and we are going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with a little more coverage of highlighting the first half key plays, and then we'll be back for the second half. After that, it's 1-0. We're going to take a quick break.
show on video. I took him dark. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? When that ball was forced, where was your focus? Last thing? Okay. I mean, like, so, we were watching. We think he was on. That's what
And welcome back to Gladstone High School. We are ready to start the second half of action in this over 40s Division I championship with Lowbrow trying to hold on to a 1-0 lead. And we were talking, Jimmy, about how it's going to be tough for them to, just defend for 45 minutes. So you got to take your chances once you create them. But, leave guys in the back, don't go crazy, but you got to try and push up when you can.
Well, yeah. At the end of the day, you've got to keep the ball, right? The longer you can keep the ball, it tires the other team down, and then you can look for your breaks. The other key thing for both teams is move as a unit. And if you just keep trying to kick the ball over, what you're doing is you just keep spreading the field. And also the defenders get lazy and they stay back too long. And now, again, you've given the opportunity for the other team to move up because you can create the space. So I think moving up as a unit, being in the right place at the right time, which is what Lowbrow's done a better job of than Sunlight. And then that way, once they get it, then they've got to look to play and come up as a unit, as I mentioned, and then look for quality balls, great passes to feet or into space for runners in that final third. And the team that does that the best will win the game.
1-0 Sunlight. Pardon, 1-0 Lowbrow Lounge, but Sunlight team generated more opportunities in that first half. Lowbrow try to hold the dam, and as you mentioned, keeping the ball will be absolutely critical. If you can pass teams to death, wear them down, that's what you want to do when you got a 1-0 lead against a team with a lot of weapons. As for Sunlight, they're going to be looking for guys like Koita. Get Dachenko, former pro, more involved and create through Jake Barr. He's going to be pivotal in the second half.
Yeah, they ignored him a few times. I could tell he was getting a little frustrated because the ball wasn't coming to him, and so they seemed to bypass him. But he's, quite frankly, he's the guy that they've got to get the ball to early, and then that way let him do his playmaking, let him do his magic. Well, looks like we're still waiting for the referees to get sorted and organised and for them to get out there.
Looks like the meeting will be adjourned and we are about ready to play. We're ready for the second half of action here at Gladstone High School. Clouds have come up. We'll see if it stays dry for this second half of action.
Let's go, Red.
switch all the way across to Sergei Frozeniuk, who's back in, started first half, was subbed off, now starting in the second half. And here's Tony Yurichko sending it back to the keeper. I think Sunlight's trying to establish right now, we want to be the team that has the ball. We're down right now, but we don't want to give Lowbrow what they want, which is to have possession. You want to make them chase it a little bit.
Yeah, tie him down a little bit and then get your opportunities.
That should be a handball, it is. Good standing tackle. Barr plays this out wide, looking for Shenko. Or Ivanov.
Watch your back! Watch your back! Got John, got John! Hey, John! Hey! Давай, давай!
But he's describing
That's going to go out for a red throw.
Yeah, he was just a little unaware of where he was at on the field there.
Take him in!
And this is going to be a dangerous area for a free kick.
And there comes their advantage, you know, playing it into him up front. He does a really good job of holding it up, and he will get fouls all day long because the players are aggressive, and he's a good little play faker, right? So he's good at diving, and he'll create things.
Barr, the lefty over this. Tichenko also in the mix.
This is definitely a lefty's opportunity, but I'm not sure he's going to take it.
It's going to be Tichenko. Into the wall. Yurichko will retreat it to Wood. They're going to try to keep the pressure on, and Wood will try to take his space. Pete Jacobs back in for Lowbrow Lounge.
There you go, just keep knocking it about. See, there's a quality right there. Once you lose that, you lose all momentum. You've got to keep the ball, play it into the feet, and they'll create.
Reach good. Not sure quite on the same page there, but Lowbrow just loves those giveaways. Gives them time to take a little time off the clock. Not there again. Should be a black throw. And
Yeah. The worst thing you can do at this level of the game and at this age is to be fighting for the ball every time. You've got to really be able to put quality onto it.
Oh, that's a great chance in, and I think they're going to want that one back. Got to connect on those sorts of opportunities.
But look how it's created. Nice, simple passing, crisp to the feet. That's where you're going to get the good creation.
Sunlight not able to finish, but they're going to want to take that, keep it up. A yellow card shown here.
Yeah, studs up.
Studs up, and it's going to be a yellow card to Mamadi Koita.
Lila, where's your garbage? Lila, where do you put your bag?
And that is Jorge, part of the defense for Lowbrow Lounge, getting to his feet. So that's our first booking of the match. Caution shown to Mamadi Koita. And he's still hobbling out there. You can see Jorge in the back. That's a good fake. Wasn't far enough from Holmberg that time.
Well, you've got no movement in midfield, so that's the only choice he had.
Bowen, can he get another one-on-one opportunity? Jacobs has a go.
Hey! Look up! Get down! Get down! Pete, stop! Pete, stop! Come on, press! Press! Get down! Get down!
No, we're not practicing.
Brad, not so far!
Trying too much. He's got to slow that down, bring it around, and look into midfield. But I mean, Sunlight has the better of performance as we started this second half. You can tell they're coming with a little bit more momentum. They're a little bit calmer. They're playing the ball to their feet, which is more often, which is great. Lowbrow's advantage is they're just in the right place at the right time, and that's so their formation is really making a difference.
That's a miss hit. We'll go out for a... No, it's cut from play. Here's Barr. Barr not quite sure what to do with it. Here's Mamadi. I think that, no, it's not the deflection will be a goal kick. You can hear the crowd mic, they want a card. I thought that was rather intentional. Card will stay in the pocket.
See right there, you just can't just kick it up there. You've got to look for someone's feet, create.
Mamadi's going to have a tall task in front of him. Almost generates something, doesn't earn a deflection.
Number 2.
He's offside.
Chased down by Sergei Frozeniuk. This is where you got to look for guys like Barr or find the feet of Dichenko, and that's just not what you can't have those.
John. John, we all had our back turned. Half of us aren't even in there.
Looking for help.
We are going for it.
Hey.
We are going for the kick. And you're gonna be out of shape.
Hey, let's go, boys. Hey. One more.
Jacobs can't quite control that. Here's Barr. That's what Lowbrow's going to want. Win possession, especially right here. That's a foul.
They're always, I think the biggest advantage Lowbrow has right now is they're organized and they're structured. And so they're in the right places. So when those bad quality passes come in, they're picking them up versus them, taking advantage of a mistake. So that is what's keeping them in the game right now. They've just got to now, once they get it, have better quality pushing into the last third.
It's a really good ball up. He's found the side netting. That was a sneaky opportunity right there.
It's a good run. It actually was a good ball over the top.
Great ball, and not a bad hit at all. Would have been a really tight angle. Here's your reach go, and they're gonna win a foul for Sunlight FC, and this is where they really need to start picking it up. We've played an hour. You get the feeling this Lowbrow team is really well disciplined in their formation, and that's starting to frustrate Sunlight.
Yeah, and if Sunlight can get it into Rod up front, the number 3, I think he is a bit of he could be a difference maker in this too, because he's doing a really good job holding it up. You've just got to get then the midfield coming through, and I think Barr's getting a little tired or lazy, that he's just not being able to push and see that play that ball into him and play off of him.
Oh, that's a bad turnover. Bowen's going to try to take advantage of that.
Hey, good try, James. James, good try.
Good job, where do you sit there?
Let's go. James, good idea.
Let's keep stretching them.
I think we're going to have a substitution. Checking back in is Christian Staub for Lowbrow Lounge. Throwing towards the corner right now for Sunlight FC. It's going to be out. Should be a goal kick one. It will be a goal kick one.
Mark up. Ball's in play. Let's go. Turn around. There it is. Come on, get there. Stop. Stop.
Here's Barr.
There it is. Well done.
Okay. Blonde boy. What? Blonde boy.
You can tell now as we're getting closer into the second half, there's a lot more tired bodies, again. So they're not working to get open as much, but, the game slowed down quite substantially.
Sergey doesn't want to get caught in position right here. Stav on the left side. think he's left-footed, by the way, that strike was.
That was a nice strike. Little wide position, but good opportunity and a good strike nonetheless.
Gonna have some substitutions. Kosh is gonna look to come on along with Castro Quintanilla, who had the best chance of the game by far. Just put it a little bit wide, as you said, maybe took a few too many touches, but he did seem to create. He did seem to be an attacking threat, and so I can see the substitution working out. So Carlos Quintanilla back in for Sunlight FC. Interception. But, trying to keep possession. Wood needs to get ahead to this. He does. Fisher just too heavy of a first touch. 61 minutes into the game. It has not been as eventful as the second half so far. Lowbrow has really kind of held their defensive line. .62 minutes gone, so less than a half hour to play. Do you start to change anything strategically for Sunlight?
Well, I think Sunlight's doing a pretty decent job of, you know, keeping or creating some possession. At this point, I wouldn't change anything. I would pick up the pace a little bit because you can see that the Lowbrows both teams getting tired. But if they're going to get in the game, they got to put energy. They got to have energy, and they got to keep the ball. They got to play it forward. They got to get it into right up front, and keep possession, and then create the opportunities from there.
Good try, Christian. Good try, Christian. Well done. Mark up. Mark up.
Let's go. 23, Brad. 23. You're right. James.
Reachko gets his head to it.
I'm in.
Shenko doing well to keep that.
Great touch. Oh, what a city ball. An amazing touch. That's where you got to go into midfield. That's where you got to move up as a unit. That was a waste of a good opportunity there.
As you mentioned, Vladimir Mamarok, fantastic first touch. And then it seems like he was just instantly trying to force something here. He did not have to do that.
Yes, exactly. And that's what you see when that tells me they're getting tired. When you start seeing teams forcing things and trying to put things in over the top, and that's just that's tired bodies.
Reachko.
Late tackle. It's got to hurt.
Wood will take this from the back. Sunlight going to try to find some pace. Throw towards the middle. Dichenko brings it down. Can he get it to Mamadi?
It was an amazing touch there.
That should be a penalty, and it is a penalty. A PK for Sunlight FC. It was absolutely the correct call. Is that a red card?
Yep, it's given a red card. Take out. Wow, that changes the dynamics of everything. Gives Sunlight a great opportunity here to take this game.
So a red card shown. Is that a bit harsh there, or do you think that's a deserved red? What do you think there?
I don't think it's a deserved red. I mean, it's a penalty, right?
Absolutely a penalty.
He had an opportunity at goal, so I don't know whether it's more of the dissent afterwards that drove the referee to give him a card, or was it just for a blatant foul that gave the penalty? We don't know. We're not in the referee's brain.
No,
but
we're not.
I'm from where I see it, it was not deserving of a red.
Absolutely a penalty, and so former MLS player Rod Dichenko going to stand over this against Kolnberg, who's a very good goalkeeper. Getting their instructions. Don't want to come into the box before it's taken. Seen penalties wiped away that way before. Got to stay out of the 18-yard box until ball strikes his foot. Talk about this in a minute, but I mean, everything's going to have to change now for Sunlight with 10 men.
Yeah, they'll most likely now be 4-4-1, right? You know.
It's a long wait. This is the 68th minute now.
Yeah, still plenty of time in the game. But we're just going to see. I don't know what we're waiting on right now. Is they're just doing changing of players, or... Oh, they're forcing him to leave the game.
Forcing who to leave the game?
They're forcing him to leave the game, or it's forfeit, which is kind of very interesting.
Who's he?
I think the one that got kicked off.
I see. I see. So he's still on the field.
No, he's got to get off the course, out of the stadium.
So we're going to have to... I don't think they're going to take this penalty while he's still on the green. So he has been sent off. Again, it could have been for something that was said after the penalty was given. That's just speculation, but it wouldn't surprise me one bit. So, Rod Dichenko, a great opportunity to equalize. And the scoreboard is now out. So I think we're in about the 70th minute. So it will be former MLS player of DC United, Rod Dichenko, against Kolnberg, who's been good in goal today. How long are they going to make Dichenko wait, Jimmy?
Yeah, they're icing him, that's for sure. But hey, you just got to stay focused. If he's been playing at a high level before, he knows how to do this.
And Dichenko steps up, makes a miss, and he sends him the wrong way. Well, he made him hesitate there, and that's a calmly taken penalty. I like that.
Yeah, it's, I mean, a confident taken penalty, that's for sure. But we've got 1-1 now, and now we just got to see if they can take advantage of the 10 men.
So a 1-1 game, and you want to talk about a 180-degree turn and how this match is going. Of course, you got it equalized, but now you're down to 10 men. And so right away, we're going to see personnel changes from lowbrow. They're going to really need to rethink their entire alignment here. Do you put an extra offender in? What do you emphasize here? Because do we have extra time before penalties, or does it go straight to penalties? Do we know? Because that would make a big difference.
Yeah, it will make a difference. I hope maybe it won't get to that, but I think from a formation standpoint, I would just go to 4-4-1. Keep Anthony up front, get organized in the back, put 4 players in the middle, so you still get an opportunity to go forward. And I would push Anthony up as far as I could, as much as I could. But I think this is where you start to see the floodgates open.
And right as we say that, here's Mobbit.
Yeah, because what's going to happen right now is that they've got momentum, right? So especially now they're going down to 10 men. They should just keep pushing on them, keep waiting for them to make mistakes. They're going to get tired, and then they'll get more goals.
.72 minutes in. It's now 1-1. Rod Dichenko equalizes with a well-taken penalty kick. That's a really nice corner. And this is where we're going to really see the pressure. They're going to keep the press on. Bar with Yurichko. It's going to be another corner kick.
Yeah, this is the biggest mistake actually Sunlight could make right now, and that is slowing the game down way too much without putting enough pressure going forward, because they'll lose momentum. So they've got to play the ball quickly. Once they get it, one touch pass,
and I think right as you say that, now they're going to go short on the corner, and I don't mind that one bit. And that's a bad pass back. This is exactly what lowbrow wants, and that's a really, really critical intervention from Tony Yurichko. It was clean. It was exactly what they needed to stop that break from Bowen. And immediately, Sunlight will get possession back. Lowbrow, we can see scrambling a little bit now, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, now they're going to be out of position a lot more often.
I like the patience from Barr. I really like it. Wasn't on the same page.
No, he wasn't aware.
I like the decision not to have the go from 30 yards out, try to make something, and he did. So, right move from Barr.
Simple. Don't make the game difficult at this point. Sunlight's got to keep it simple. What's in front of them, they've got to pass it to them, get it back, and then they'll start creating, because, with lowbrow being down to 10, they're just going to tire them out. If they keep trying to force it, they'll miss their opportunity.
Step to him, Jay. Step to him.
Here's Scott Wood. That wasn't too simple from lowbrow that time, but it's a giveaway.
Yeah, again, they try. The worst thing Sunlight could do right now is force the ball, force tough passes. That's where mistakes will be made. They'll lose momentum, and maybe then at that point, lowbrow will fight their way in, or stay in the game and make it a 1-1 and go to penalties.
That's probably a hand. It is.
Go, James.
Bowen's striker in front of him was in an offside position, and I think he was aware of that.
Try, Benny. Back. Good job. Benny, great work. Right, good work. Benny, good job. Take him out, gentlemen. Take him out. Take him out.
Go hard for a couple more. Go hard for a couple more.
Come on, take him out.
15 minutes left in regulation, plus we're going to have some added time. Took about 3 or 4 minutes for the ejected player to leave the field, so that'll put some stoppage time on the board.
Let's keep it. Let's keep it.
Oh, Quintanilla given a gift. Can he get it to Barr? It's a good save, but I think he could make the extra pass there to Jake Barr.
Well, yeah, he had the opportunity. It was a good shot. It was a good save, actually.
It was a good save.
But you're right. The fake and then pass over to Barr would have made that a little bit more, create a little bit more opportunity.
But it was a good save nonetheless. Good strike. Dichenko is going to find Ivanov.
Take him out. We're just standing, Black. Take him out.
1-2 with Dichenko, not a bad idea. And this is where Dichenko is really starting to impress. Yurichko. Is he going to have a go from there? He is.
Yeah, right now this is Rod and Barr in the middle there. Those two right there are a dangerous combination for Sunlight. They should be only looking for those two as much as they can.
It's a nice run made, taking use of the extra man. And now he has a chance to cross it back. It's not a bad idea.
Great touch.
Really well done from the former Ukrainian Premier League player. It's a goal kick. Thought Dichenko could have been in there. Just rolled it wide. We're about to enter the 79th minute of play. We can tell Lowbrow is content to try to take the air out of it a little bit. Miscommunication, but they're still going to retain possession. Barr with a swing and a miss.
Get it up! Get it up!
Lowbrow's sideline wants them to push. But you're just going to give possession back if you do that. If you just blindly kick it up, and that's what happens there. They got Carlos Quintanilla making a run on the wing. That's a really nice move from Mamadi Koita. They want a yellow because they thought his studs were up again there.
That's a run! Second one!
Yeah, this is dangerous right now for Sunlight. This is because they weren't putting that pressure on and creating those chances to take advantage of them. Now the momentum's going to start to shift. That's why I said it was really critical after that goal or after the penalty. Then they had to put a lot more pressure on them, get another goal quickly, because now you give the other team an opportunity, and now you got to fight your way back in.
Good job, Benny.
Horrible. That's where you got to go back to put it into Barr in the middle. Again, this is where you see tiredness come in, right? Those are lazy passes. Just the brain's just not working the same.
Great take by Buchenko. Oh my goodness, he set up Barr beautifully. Takes a deflection and it's 2-1. Oh, that's set up beautifully by Buchenko. And just as you were saying to get it to Barr, look what happens.
Yeah, because he's the only one that's creating space from the midfield going forward. And so right now, even though that was a good ball, and the other person I said has made a huge difference is right up front, right? Because he holds the ball and you get to see that. Boom, great little pass off, goal. Really well taken.
Brilliant play, best play we've seen all day. It's a great touch from Buchenko to create space. And then Barr, I like how he's not trying to do too much. He's not trying to force it in the top corner. He's just trying to get a good little strike on it. And know it could take a deflection and get in. And that's exactly what happened there. He's not trying to do too much.
Yeah, he's a holding midfield player. So he reads the game, sees the game. And as you notice, as soon as Rod got the ball and turned it, he said, oh, there's my space in front of me. And then the defense was wide open because they were pushed over to cover Rod.
Now, here's the interesting part here. What do you do if you're Sunlight now? You're up a man, and you're up 2-1 with 10 minutes left.
You keep going. This is where you got to kill the game. They have momentum. They got to keep pushing that momentum. They should end up winning 3-4-1. You know, if they do it correctly.
I completely agree. And Quintanilla going to stay on possession here. Arichko gets it out wide. Barr is going to let that go through his legs. Rodchenko.
Keep the ball. This is where they got to keep the ball. Don't force it.
He's going to get to Quintanilla. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. He's trying to play it all the way back. Did that go out of play?
Yeah, he wasn't aware where he was. He's standing outside the line.
I like the pressure applied here from Sunlight. There's going to be a foul. So as it stands right now, a red card dooming Lowbrow Lounge, who had a 1-0 lead in this one. Player sent off in the 66th minute. Flipped the game on its head. Buchenko converts the penalty, then helps create the go-ahead goal from Barr, from Jake Barr. And this is where Lowbrow is just gotta send most people up.
Dallas, great work, man. Get it out, get it out.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a good run. It's a good run. It had to be a really good quality ball in there, but that was a tough ball. Tough pass.
Arichko gets a spike to that. It's going to fall to Buchenko. Foul. Came to the back.
Early! Go! Well done, Black. Kenny, great work.
Been a frustrating last 25 or so minutes for Lowbrow. They find themselves on the ropes right now with down to 10 men needing a goal. We're in the 84th minute. There will be some stoppage time because of the red card. It's a really nice ball forward.
Good job, Brett. Well done, James.
Sunlight was saying Russ Zaka telling us they want to win a championship match against Lowbrow. And right now they're in good position if they can finish this one off. They're saying don't lose the ball. I think that's a good point of emphasis right now. So are they playing a little bit too conservative for you right now, Jimmy?
Who?
Sunlight. You said if they do this right, they should put another goal on the board.
Well, I think right now they're doing the right thing, and that is control the play, right, as much as they can and slow it down a bit. I think that's the right thing. But, yeah, they should be, keep trying to put pressure on, get shots off, get another goal just to put this and to secure the win.
Now Quintanilla has an opportunity to press up. Dichenko to Barr. This is a really good play. Out wide to Kosh. Andy Kosh.
It's good patience. They've got to keep that patience right there. Get it into Barr. There you go. Turn. He's got opportunities in front of him.
That's exactly what Sunlight's looking for. Exactly what they want.
Adam King, get forward, buddy, get forward.
Yeah, this could be the point of the game where Barr's playing this up a little bit. Knows that time is on his side.
Yeah.
We are going to have
Some extra time.
some extra time. We're going to have Pete Jacobs coming in.
Should be at 10 minutes. Well done, bud.
87th minute of play. Sunlight trying to hang on. They've come down from a goal down, back from a goal down. Now lead it 2-1.
Yeah, now they just got to keep the ball and still want to attack, but you basically, this is possession. You want to take away time off the clock.
Go back, we left foot. Let's go back.
Riechko, he's been good today. Quintanilla back to Riechko. That's got to be a foul. It is. And I could see a yellow coming out.
Better not get a card. Homeboy didn't get it. Better not get a card.
Substitution for Sunlight as well. Sergei Balarmachuk will come on. And this is going to be a tactical substitution. Well, obviously, it's going to be they're going to be taking off an attacking player. Mamadi Koita, his day likely done.
Right idea. I don't think he has the players around him to take advantage of that pass.
He's going to stay in play. Now can Wood retreat it to his keeper, and I think that's the safe move right there. And this is where Lowbrow just has to get their numbers forward. Tell him, do it again, move that back. There's Jorge. That's good defending. It's really good defending. Forced him to his left. Foul call. So we are officially in our 90th minute of play. We'll see how much stoppage time there will be. I'm going to guess at least 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 minutes even. It's the right ball in. Opportunity.
Oh my God, that's a great opportunity. But I think they give him the foul off the goalkeeper. But boy, that was a great ball in. Dangerous.
Couldn't have been a better ball, and unfortunately we have an injured goalkeeper. Bosniuk is down. Time to mention, we do have Artem Shamariok, who can come in if need be, but it does look like Balzanyuk is all right. Duchenko has been so good in the second half.
Yeah, he's done it. He's a solid job. I mean, he's kept the ball held as much as he can. I think that's the first time I've seen him with a bad touch on that one, but for the most part, he's been solid.
I don't think there's any way for us to officially know how much time there could be.
I think they just started. I think I heard someone say there's 5 minutes, so the referee's just maybe pushing an extra 5 minutes.
Brow will win a free kick here.
This is where Sunlight's got to get the ball as soon as they can, and they've got to keep it. Right now, they keep making mistakes and giving it back to Lowbrow and giving them an opportunity in these last 5 minutes. Can't do that.
Quintanilla stays with it, wins a free kick, and I think he gets his head stepped on. Will be a yellow card for Fisher. And I did see cleats come down to the head. Nothing intentional there, just unfortunate. He got fouled, tripped up, fell to the ground, and the cleat landed on him.
Let's go, brother. Let's go. Let's go.
And it looks like Koitam is going to come back on.
Let's go, Luis. Let's go. 5 more minutes, brother. Let's go, Luis. Adam, that's going to be after again. 10 minutes. Only 2 minutes left.
So it looks like Carlos Quintanilla is going to stay in. Good to see him up and all right. That's what you don't want to do, Jimmy.
Yeah.
So get the ball as soon as you can, keep it. You can't be given these foul opportunities to let them push up, push all their numbers forward.
Yeah.
These set pieces are absolutely where Lowbrow is going to have their best opportunities. The ball's a little far, and that's a good take by the keeper. Now, what does he do with it is what I wonder here.
Well, have you noticed, look, all the reds stop moving, right? So really, immediately, they've got to get wide, and they've got to give him something. But, you know, they didn't. So this is what he's got.
It could work out, and another foul. Lowbrow wins a free kick towards the sideline. Good step up. And that should be a foul on Bowen. It will be, and it will warrant a card as well. So Anthony Bowen goes into the book. Just a few minutes left here. Sunlight just a few minutes away from winning the fall championship over their rival Lowbrow Lounge. Jorge tries to get that up. And then now again, this is where you just got to keep the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just see the quality's gone out of the game right now because it's just that everyone's in a panic stage, right? They're trying to get a goal and they're trying to keep themselves up.
That was really well done by Scott Wood right there.
There you go. Keep the ball. Just keep the ball. Pass it around.
That's the right decision right there. You don't need a goal. And that's exactly what you cannot do.
Just can't give it away sloppily.
It will be a lowbrow throw.
Referee keeps looking at his watch, so we know we're getting close.
How much exactly we do not know, but chances really getting slim for Lowbrow, and this is where Sunlight, you want to keep it.
There you go. There's the win. They've got the championship.
Sunlight comes through. They come back from a goal to nil down. A red card in the 66th minute. Dachenko converts the penalty. Less than 8 minutes later, Jake Barr on the assist from Dachenko finds the back of the net. And Sunlight gets that big fall championship win.
And that's unfortunate, really, for Lowbrow, because I actually thought they played really well, especially the first half. They kept the ball. They were in the right positions. Their formation played really worked for them. But unfortunately, you know, with that mistake that made from a penalty, just changed the entire dynamic and gave Sunlight the perfect opportunity to take advantage of it, and they did, and gave them momentum.
Couldn't agree more. That's where the game really flipped. They did well to create the chance there, you know, going in for that tackle. Again, we don't know if it was the tackle itself or it might have been something said after the fact, but it really kind of really put a nail into Lowbrow, who, as you said, played well most of the day, but got to give a lot of credit to Sunlight. They generated more opportunities today, and they were able to find the equalizer and take advantage of the extra man to come out on top today and claim the championship.
Yeah, there definitely was a better team, and you know, they could have scored a lot more, but a 2-1 win is a great win.
So, final score. Sunlight FC takes down their rival Lowbrow Lounge 2-1 in the fall championship match, and they will claim the trophy here at Gladstone High School. Final score, Sunlight 2, Lowbrow 1. I've been Ben Pahl alongside Jimmy Clarke. Thank you for listening to Oregon Sports Beat. Have a great Sunday.